For member statements today, we will hear from the members for the districts of Burin-Grand Bank, for Conception Bay East, Bell Island, Harbour Grace, Port de Grave, Fortune Bay, Cape Lahune, and Conception Bay South. The Honourable the member for Burin-Grand Bank.
Hear, hear.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, when the SS Caribou was torpedoed by a German U-boat on October 14, 1942, only 136 of the 248 on board survived the ordeal. Today, as far as we know, only one of those survivors is still with us, Mr. Speaker, and that's Mr. Headley Lake of Fortune, who, Mr. Speaker, turned 100 years old this past August.
Hear, hear.
At that time, Mr. Lake was serving in the Royal Navy and was on the way home for a month's leave when this horrific event occurred. As a measure of Mr. Lake's humanity, he managed to escape the Caribou by jumping in the frigid water, wearing a life jacket, which he willingly gave up to a woman in the water next to him. Mr. Lake attributes his longevity to hard work and tended to his own vegetable garden right up just about 2 years ago, Mr. Speaker. This past summer, the Premier and I dropped by to see Mr. Lake. He greeted us in his Legion uniform, decorated by a host of medals attesting to his service during World War II. Mr. Speaker, I ask all members of this honourable House to join me in recognizing this remarkable man and to once again to say thank you, Mr. Lake, for your service on behalf of us all. Thank you.
The Honourable the member for Conception. The Honourable the member for Conception Bay East, Bell Island.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Most communities have lifelong volunteers who have been the cornerstone of supporting individuals, groups and causes without looking for acknowledgement or accolades. Bell Island has one such citizen, and her name is Kay Dalmont Coxworthy. Kit, as she is affectionately known, has for nearly 5 decades been a leading volunteer and trendsetter for the volunteer movement on Bell Island through her tireless commitment and her engaging way of getting the community behind a cause. She has been a key founding member of numerous organizations over the years and continues to be a leader in such organizations as the Community Development Cooperative, the Cooperative Bakery, the Seniors Housing Cooperative, the Bell Island Breast Cancer Support Group, and so on. It was this past September that Kay took on another volunteer role as volunteer coordinator for the first annual Bell Island Walk in support of kidney disease, all as she approached her 77th birthday and deals with her own medical issues. Not only did she rally the community behind her, but made it so successful that they more than doubled their expected $3,000 goal to nearly $8,000, of which Kay raised $1,000 herself. She is a tireless volunteer whose ultimate reward is that people's lives have improved due to her involvement. I ask all to join me in thanking and congratulating Kay on being an inspiring volunteer. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable member for Harbour Grace, Port de Grave.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to congratulate the volunteers of the town of Bay Roberts on hosting their very first Light the Lamp event, a street hockey tournament for children ages 5 to 15. During the weekend of June 23rd, Recreation Director Ian Flynn, along with 150 local volunteers, successfully organized 120 ball hockey teams, over 1,100 participants from across our province. When it comes to hosting visitors and events, our communities in Conception Bay North are known for coming together to offer outstanding hospitality. Numbers of volunteers donated their time and skills, and more than 25 local business owners sponsored the event. Mr. Speaker, local residents and visitors alike continue to provide positive feedback and share their personal stories about their experience in Bay Roberts at the Light the Lamp this past summer. The town has recently announced it will again host this tournament this coming June. The only way events such as this can happen successfully is with the dedication of our volunteers. For the first time, the provincial Newfoundland and Labrador Summer Games will be hosted by Bay Roberts and surrounding communities in summer 2020. Volunteers are once again gearing up in anticipation to host the athletes, volunteers, fans, and visitors from across the province. Mr. Speaker, I ask that all my colleagues join me in congratulating the dedicated volunteers of Bay Roberts and Conception Bay North. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable member for the District of Fortune Bay, Cape Lahune.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise in this honourable House to pay tribute to Round County East Mayor Peter Giovannini for his 35-year long service award from the Department of Municipal Affairs and Environment in September 2018. Residents are very grateful for his steadfast dedication, and today it is an honour to congratulate Peter for his service as councillor, deputy mayor and mayor during those years. Residents can attest that Peter's commitment and passion has served his town and our province very well. He has a long record of giving selflessly to his community, and his neighbours sing high praises of this man of few words, with great integrity, who likes to help out anyone that he can. For 35 years, his surefire reliability has been demonstrated by always being the first on the scene and always lending his hand and skills to any job, big or small. I and your fellow residents thank you for your many years of volunteerism on council and with the Fire Department, Recreation Committee, Harbour Authority, and the list goes on. Your efforts do not go unnoticed and are very much appreciated. I ask all members of this honourable House to join me in congratulating Mr. Giovannini, and we encourage him to continue his commitment to his community. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The honourable member for the district of Conception Bay South.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Speaker, on Friday, October 19th, my colleague, the MHA for Topsail Paradise, and I attended the 7th Annual Bright Business Luncheon Awards ceremony at the Manuel's River Hibernia Interpretation Centre. This annual event is hosted by the town of Conception Bay South and is a great opportunity for local entrepreneurs to network and showcase their individual businesses in our community. This year, 51 nominations were received, and in fact, 44 businesses have opened, relocated, or have come under new ownership in 2018. The Bright Business Achievement Awards help recognise the contributions of local businesses that have gone above and beyond. This year's award winners are Beautiful Business, Dawes Plumbing and Heating, single tenant; Regular Power, Clark Bennett Lawyers, multiple tenant; Community Pride and Partnership, Sobeys; David Murphy Chamber Leadership, Platinum Construction; Glenda Nosery Award, Gordon Bird from Sean's Muffler and Brake Shop; Established Business of the Year, Invested Mama; Main Street Improvement Member of the Year, Sobeys; New Startup of the Year, the Wee Gym. I would like to extend my congratulations to the award winners, nominees and sponsors. Conception Bay South has grown significantly, and it's great to see the business community has shown tremendous growth as well. Thank you.